This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the one and only Eddie Hearn yet again, Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. They're going to go face to face today. What's your mood like?
My mood's great. I feel unbelievable. I'm loving life over here. I mean, you guys have been here, everyone's having a great time. Hotel's fantastic. The setup of everything's been absolutely first class. The World Heavyweight Championship is the biggest prize in the sport. We've been here many times before. Manny Robles is standing there. He was here. He was here with us in Madison Square Garden when he, and he was in Saudi as well. So, it's brilliant to be back, and I expect a tremendous event on Saturday and a great fight.
I have to say, since I've been here, it's first class, culturally different, but it's...
expect nothing else from a matchroom event,
I was talking more from the Saudi point of view, but we'll get on to you blowing your own trumpet in a minute. So, yesterday I put out a tweet and said, look, anything you want to ask Eddie, because we're going to go over the same stuff, regurgitate it. So I've got a few questions from them, then we'll come on to some other bits, okay? So someone put yesterday, ask him at some point, is he going to pop the spot on his forehead? Because it's been present in every one of his interviews.
So we've got a few issues with the spot. We've got this one here, right? And we got this one's gone now, really, yeah? This is the one here. So it's unbelievable, you lot. I mean... But when 360 days of the year, I look like something out of James Bond.
What a villain.
And just one, all of a sudden, you get one little spot on the side of the head and everyone gives you a stick. So, yeah, I've been trying. But unfortunately, because I've been working out every day and having steams, just being generally unbelievable, sometimes you get the odd spot.
Yeah, well, we've all got us flaws.
Great question, though.
It's something different. In the midst of all that, someone asked, Deontay Wilder looks like he's going to return in October. Depending on what happens with Anthony Joshua, win, lose or whatever, would you still, if he did lose, consider putting him in with Deontay Wilder and making that fight?
I think there's a few fights, win or lose for Anthony Joshua, that remain massive, right? Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder. There's three of them there, right? So I think that we're in the hunt for all big fights. AJ wants to fight everybody. He's proved that already. So an AJ Deontay Wilder fight, massive fight. As I said the other day, I reached out to Shelley Finkel recently because I had...
What terms are you on? Because you were calling him Winkle and everything.
Yeah, not good. I mean, look, I think last time I made some mistakes. They said some bad things. I said bad things. They said some things they shouldn't have. So did I. But you should never take an opportunity away from a fighter. So I have a pot of money available from, I'm not saying where, in terms of a territory, to do a huge Deontay Wilder fight with one of a fighter that I work with. And it's just frustrating because I just want the fighter to know that opportunity is there. Sometimes managers and promoters will kind of not even let it get to the fighter. Like if I turned around to Deontay Wilder and said, look, let me tell you the number that I've got for you. And if you say to me, I don't like you, so I'm not going to work with you, that's fair enough, but it's just important that he knows.
The number.
Yeah, because I feel like there's no way you can really say no to it in the situation that he's in at the moment. Yeah. And I don't want to, I'm not looking to call anyone names or anything. I'm just trying to get the Deontay Wilder fight for one of the guys that I work with. And also at the same time, it's money well beyond he could dream of making at this point in his career. So hopefully we can have some positive conversations.
You just mentioned someone that you work with. Obviously, I'm assuming that's not Anthony Joshua, but you've got Derek Chisora, Dillian Whyte, who's not on contract.
And look, of those three, of course, it's one of those guys. And, we'll see if we can have those conversations. It looks like he's going to fight Robert Helenius first. Hopefully he wins that fight. But, when you talk about going back to the money versus the money he's making for Helenius, it's so substantial. I mean... But hopefully, I'm not looking to wind anyone up. Let's just see if we can get around the table.
One of the other questions was, have we got any news on how well this has sold over here in terms of tickets for the arena? Are we sold out? Are we capacity?
I believe there are still tickets available, not many, and it will be sold out on the night without question. I mean, we sold out in Riyadh for the Ruiz 2 fight. We're not involved with the tickets here, but we've seen the seat maps, we know what's left, and we know the rate that they're selling as well. So it'll be full up in there on Saturday.
Someone else has asked, when are we likely to see DAZN in the pubs in the UK?
Good question, and very important for the rollout of DAZN. You have to understand that sometimes those deals in the pubs, it's not a deal that you do directly with DAZN. It's a deal that might come through another carrier, Sky, Virgin, and sometimes people can block things, and there's a lot of politics there as well as in boxing. So, but it's definitely a big part of the zone's strategy to move forward in pubs and commercial properties.
Right, let's talk about your fanboy moment yesterday, because you're not in order of many people, but I spoke to Cougar and he said, look at this clip, and he introduced you as his mate to Evander Holyfield, who either looked at you and thought, I don't like him but we'll have a picture but I know you are, or didn't know you are. Explain, because...
So there's a few people, being a boxing fan, like there's not many people that I would ask for selfies with, because I think I find it quite embarrassing, not because of who I am, just in general. Right, going up to someone and...
Memories.
Yeah, but I don't know. But anyway, so I saw Evander Holyfield, and he's one of those guys that I would like a photo with. I've actually had a photo with him before. He obviously didn't remember. And Sugar Ray Leonard, he was another one when he was working with the Zone. Mike Tyson. Any of the guys that I watched growing up, I would love to get a photo with. So I saw Evander Holyfield, and I was like, let's have a photo with Evander Holyfield. Went over and I went, Coog, can you take a photo with me and Evander? And he went, yeah, excuse me, can you have a photo with my mate? And he sort of looked up and down at me as if to say, who is this bloke? And I thought, oh, maybe he just doesn't like me, because I've said in the past he shouldn't be fighting. When he was
not a bad thing, that.
Yeah, but I think people can sometimes think, who are you to comment on that anyway? So I thought it might be that, but generally I had absolutely no idea who I was. And I sort of went like that and then gave it that one and went, thanks, mate. And he went,
It was the initial joy on your face, and then you had to Cougar and went, oh no, can you just sort your phone out? And you said like, start up.
And he was going, anyway, yeah.
Brilliant. Saw a video from Tyson Fury with Andy Lee hitting the body bag, and I think, well, we'll get onto that, but I think he said, this is how you attack a blown up middleweight or whatever to the body. Have you seen the video where he smashes it? And what do you make of him doing that? Is this all a build up to him saying, look, I'm coming back depending on what happens?
I don't know. I mean,
giving advice to AJ.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't look like he was hitting it very hard compared to how AJ hits the body. But we'll see. AJ has got to hit the body on Saturdays. Everyone knows that. Very nice of Tyson Fury to give advice. If it was that easy to beat Alexander Usyk, he would have fought him when he had the opportunity to do so, instead of fighting Dillian Whyte, because the path was completely clear for everybody for that route. And Tyson Fury chose not to fight Alexander Usyk.
Is that because obviously Dillian was mandatory for however many years? So would that would have been pushed aside for the Usyk fight?
We had an agreement in place where there was step-asides in place. Everything was set for Tyson Fury to fight Alexander Usyk, the winner to fight Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte to get his shot, an interim bout for AJ and Dillian Whyte. Everything was agreed. He chose. He said, no, I want a fight before I fight Alexander Usyk. And the answer was, that's not possible within what we're trying to do. True story. So, if it's that easy to beat a blown-up middleweight, he had the chance to do it.
Right, we're going to end this interview a little bit different. So yesterday, Alexander Usyk, he's a bit quirky, always juggles, always doing something different in his workout, whether it's dancing or whatever. He had 4 coins that he had on his hand, flipped it up, caught them all. I don't expect you to do 4, not that you can't, but we've got 3 here. Do you want to give it a go?
I'll give it a go, because I think it's quite interesting.
1 second.
I'm not sure I can even do that.
Right, so, putting it on that finger there.
Oh, is it there?
I think, yeah, so one's on
it was there, that one, though?
Yeah, well, go on, have a go, whatever it is.
What, like that? And then, no, but don't you put it on here, yeah, and then do that?
No, he was one there, and went bang, 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 bang.
So you got to flick them up and then catch them.
Yeah.
This is fucking cartridge.
I mean, it's not the best of starts, Ed, but right, wait, 1 sec. Right. I mean,
I'm just going to pop them up. I mean, it's not really right, is it?
Just look, intermediate level. Let's just crack on. Go.
I got 2.
You got 2?
Yeah. Sure. I dropped them. Yeah,
sure. Oh, you dropped them.
No. I prefer that one. When you put them on there, you go.
That's your challenge, not Usyk's. Eddie, appreciate your time.